My name is Malik Brown. I am a native of Philadelphia, and I serve as president and CEO of Graduate Philadelphia. So we're an organization that essentially supports low to moderate income families, those individuals who want to be more, do more, achieve more, but they lack the kind of social capital and the kind of post-secondary credentials to move along in life. So we help recruit, onboard, support, and bring what we call adult comebackers or adult learners back into higher education. And so it could be at a community college, it could be at one of our partner organizations like Pierce College or Temple University, or it could be a workforce development organization where someone wants to get a certificate. And at the end of the day, it's really about how do we translate that learning into helping that individual achieve their life goals, their life aspirations, their dreams. I grew up in a single parent home, and I saw both my mother and father struggle in life. They did the best that they could with the financial resources and the education that they had. But I knew that I overheard as a child some of the conversations by the kitchen table around how are we going to pay these bills, how am I going to get my kids through college? And for me, it became personal when you kind of see and hear your parents struggle. For me, education was always a way out. I will say to that adult who's a little nervous or a little reluctant to go back to school, they should know that they have a support system. It's a village, right? So, we provide a lot of wraparound services in the form of how do you access scholarships? How do you access, child care support? How do you access transportation support? Right? Who is going to be there to hold your hand as you think about the courses to take? Or maybe it's digital literacy. I haven't had to take a course online. I'm a little uncomfortable doing that. So those are the kind of supports that we provide along the way. And that person should know that they have a village that's there to support their goals and their aspirations along their journey. The city of Philadelphia is one of the largest cities in our country, and yet we have one of the highest poverty rates, right? We're sitting at about a 28% poverty rate in the city of Philadelphia. And if you can compare that to our post-secondary attainment rate of about 30%, right? So that means that 2/3 of the city of Philadelphia do not have a post-secondary credential. And because of that, they're not able to earn the kind of income, to earn the kind of wages that will allow them to live a better life, right? And if we start with wages, we know that wages is just the beginning point of actually starting to build wealth, right? To buy your first home, to put some money away into savings, to maybe invest in a long-term retirement strategy. And so for the city of Philadelphia that's trying to tackle poverty, well, why not work with an organization where it is our mission to actually invest in native Philadelphians, right? Native Philadelphians who grew up here, who are working here, who are working on the front lines of retail jobs and healthcare jobs. These are the individuals that are the heartbeat of our city. And if they just get a small investment, right, in their education, in their training, then that can pay off for the city. Graduate Philadelphia doesn't want to be a leader. We want to be the leader when it comes to the intersection of education, workforce development, and employment. In our city, we have sometimes disparate systems where the post-secondary college community sits in one bucket, the workforce development providers sit in a second bucket, and then the employment career services organizations sit in a third bucket. And part of our vision and part of our North Star is to serve as that connective tissue between those three systems, where we can serve as a strategic convener, where we can serve as sort of a thought leader, where we can serve as that partner that's bringing these systems together in order to better serve the city of Philadelphia and to better serve those that we endeavor to serve in communities stretched across our great city. As we are helping to educate and empower more communities of color, we know that we have a gun violence situation in our city of Philadelphia. We have a community safety issue. Well, if you invest in people, that individual can then say, I can choose to stay and work in my community. I can be an example for my neighbor, for the neighbor's kids of what you can be when you invest in your own education, what you can be when your wages and income rises, what you can be when you take that education and decide to open up a small business in your community, right? Those kind of investments reduces gun violence, reduces and it improves community safety. So it's not just about educational attainment. It's not just about workforce training. It's about what do those things drive as a result of the work that we do. And it's really the root cause, again, of a lot of things that ail, the city of Philadelphia.